Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up. Good morning. We have the S&Ps up 30, Dow's up 332, NASDAQ up 72. Had a huge reversal on the S&Ps after touching 2,700. Went up 70 points from 2,700. So things are a little bit crazy. Things are gonna be crazy. This is the last trading day of the week, so just be mindful of that. What's going on? Blue, Hank, Jeff, Army Joe, Alec, Daniel, Andrew, Hafiz, Jose, Micah, how we doing? I'm sick of the Fed. Christopher, Reggie, good morning. If you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, helping out the channel. Christine, Chris, Carmine, how we doing? Things got a little turned up overnight on the S&Ps. We hit 2769, and then we came all the way down before the job report. The job report oh, I clicked the wrong button here. Hold on. Still cold up here in Canada. Spring ever gonna come? It's finally starting to thaw in Chicago, so I think it's heading your way. It's heading your way. We've had some last 2 days. Well, there was a little rain yesterday, but last 2 days the weather has been pretty good. The problem with Chicago and the weather being good is that everybody wants to be outside. Like, that's what happens because we've been, cooped up all winter. Now we're on quarantine, and then as soon as some nice weather hits, I mean, it happens every year with the virus, without the virus. Chicagoans, they go out, they the first 55, 60 degree day, I mean, you start seeing people like the 55, 60 degree day, people acting like it's summer. Everyone's in shorts. They're out running around, biking. So, So, more. Bill, how you doing? It's snowing here. Yikes! I'm glad I'm not there. We've had enough snow. Actually, this year for snow wasn't that bad. Last year was pretty. Last year was what broke me. Almost just like leaving the Chicago area. But yes, we had 6.6 million weekly jobless claims versus the 5 million. We have 3-week totals now, like almost 17 million jobless claims. The market, the market has been rallying on Thursdays. I mean, probably should have bought some. I just can't. It's tough. You know what's gonna happen, but you can't bring yourself to do it. Like, I know that the market has been rallying on Thursdays with bad job numbers and bad reports, blah blah blah. But I couldn't bring myself to do it again, so I did put a strangle on SPY. It was a bearish strangle, so we'll see what happens there. But the Federal Reserve, the news today is the Federal Reserve unveils the 2.3 trillion in programs. So I don't know if it was the unemployment numbers that made it move up, or was the Federal Reserve news for the 2.3 trillion. Now this is, they're talking about the Main Street loans. This is going to be for businesses with up to 10,000 employees and $2.5 billion in revenues. And the minimum loan amount is going to be 1 million and a maximum of 25 million for the loan amount. So the thing is with this news from the Fed, it's nothing new. We knew the Fed was already doing this. They're just outlining the details on like kind of who gets it, kind of like our stimulus, of who the American people get the stimulus, who doesn't get the stimulus. That's all it is. I don't really think this is new. So I don't know if it's the job numbers plus this, or I don't think anyone knows. Yeah, Tan. Disney moved up. One thing I wanted to point out. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but last week the job numbers was 6.6 million losses. They did. I don't know if you guys saw this, but they did revise it from to be up to 6.9 million for last week. So they said, hey, we miscounted. Last week's actually 6.9 million, not 6.6 million. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it seems like because I missed it. It seems like they kind of pushed that under. Hey, actually it wasn't 6.6. Not that it really matters at this point. I mean, we know over 20 million are going to be unemployed, maybe even 30 million before they let us out of our house. We have a shelter in place until the 30th, so exactly 3 weeks from today we have a shelter in place. Now I don't know if it's going to be I don't know if they're going to extend it or not, but Wuhan was in lockdown for like 76 days, and we're on day like 29 or something now in terms of lockdown. 26 maybe, not even 30. We haven't even made it 30 days. Wish you would stay on a bit longer, do a lunch hour. Joe, I'll think about it. Disney is up this morning due to their Disney Plus subscriber numbers. So it got a little squeezy last night. It did hit like 109, 109.40 was the highest. When it bounced up, like 109.20 area was the highest when it bounced up on Disney. So Disney, we've been looking at a little bit of Disney. I'm looking to see, now it's broken out of range, so it's at 10. Well, now it's at 106. It doesn't look as good. If it looks like 109, 110, it could be a clean break of the range here, maybe bounce back up here. But I think this earnings is going to be tough. This earnings season that's coming up. I don't know when they're expected to have earnings. I mean, let's see here if they have anything. May 6th. So May 6th right now, their earnings are scheduled for May 6th right now, but we don't know if it's going to be moved. A lot of these companies are going to be moving around their earnings, but they have some time. So hopefully by May 6th, I think what Disney's hoping for is that they can reopen their parks and have a little bit of good news with their bad earnings report. Because I mean, they're bad. We know. I think this earnings season is going to be tough because we know these companies' earnings are going to be bad because, I mean, literally Disney has been shut down for a month and maybe and more than that. Right now it's indefinite. We don't know how long it's going to go on for. So we know their earnings are going to be bad. So what the companies are going to try to do is try to cushion it with good news. Oh, we did this or we did that. Or, I don't think, I've been saying it for a while. I don't think $6 Disney Plus, subscription plans are going to cut it. When Disney loses like $40 million a day because their parks are closed. So, thankfully Disney has the cash to back this up, still pay employees, and they're in good shape. I mean, they're a good company for the long term. I have no doubt about that. But what we care about as options trader is like what the here and the now. I want you on during Power Hour. The bad thing is they open the wet markets. Yeah. Yo, Slick Carl, what's going on? I'm so tempted to sell short now. Yeah, I mean, I would be inclined to short Disney, but shorting this week has been rough. It's cost me about $1,500 this week so far. So, I think for me, and I kind of mentioned it in my video last night, is that sometimes, I mean, well, a lot of times, the market's not going to make sense. The data and the market are not going to line up, right? And sometimes when you just keep thinking about the data, you're going to miss some things. There's a lot of optimism right now with the Fed pumping out trillions of dollars into the economy. So people are getting optimistic about that. And yes, the market is up on optimism, not data. Yes, I said that. So when it comes to optimism, when it comes to data, one side can win, and right now the winning side is hope. And the one thing that you kind of want to look at that I've been looking at is here. Okay, maybe we went down a little too quick. Maybe there was definitely some panic. I don't. We went down to 218, 220. People were saying we're going to go I don't think we should have been cut 100 or 50% of the market, going down to like 180, 150 area on the SPY. But what I've been kind of looking at here is kind of, I'm thinking it could probably bounce up to the 290 and the 300 area. And what I've been contemplating this week is I've been kind of playing kind of slow. I've been shorting a little bit here and there, but what I've been thinking about is I think what's going to happen is SPY in the market is not going to go anywhere for the foreseeable future. Like, we're not going to break all-time highs, I don't believe, but I also don't believe the bottom is going to fall out either. Like, we're going to go into like a Great Depression as long as the Fed is really pumping money and stimulus into the economy, into these businesses to support jobs. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're more along the lines, if we go back to SPY. I think right now SPY, go back a little bit more, is trying to find a range that it can trade in. So this is going to be good. This is going to be good for options traders, of course. But if we look back to, let's see here. Kind of what I'm thinking of is like the 2014, 2015 area, where for the majority of the 2 years we didn't go anywhere, but we were in a range between 180 and, like, let's say 210, 215 area. I'm thinking that we're not, we had quite the bull market, quite the rally, that a few years of consolidation, 12 to 24 months of consolidation such as this, I mean, yeah, it gets scary. It's good for traders, this type of market, good for options traders. But I think right now people keep thinking we're either going to go back up to all-time highs or the bottom is going to fall out. But what I'm thinking is that the S&Ps and stocks are trying to find a safe range. Ever since the Fed got involved, a few weeks ago, we haven't had a single stock market halt. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the indicators that they're trying to bring. They're trying to bring balance to the market so that we don't drop or we don't go up too much. They're just trying to bring balance to the market. And I'm thinking that, I was thinking about this last night, that they're looking for an acceptable range to trade in for the foreseeable future. It's a win for the Fed and for the government if we don't drop anymore. And this is what this looks like. And sure, yes, we rallied up at the end of 2016 here. We rallied and it started to come back up and through into the election year, and then Trump won and the rest is history, right? But I'm thinking the markets are going to be more flat for a little while. Trying to find a range like this, and this is what this looked like if you haven't traded a market like this. I mean, last time we had a market like this was like 2014, 2015 area. So, it's been a minute. So I would be surprised if, I said I wouldn't be surprised if we trade, like, let's say between like 295 area and like 240, like a 50-point window between here and here for the next couple of years. That is what I think is going to happen. Now, it may not happen, it may happen, but that's kind of what I'm looking at here, is testing bottom ranges, and it's looking like it wants to test top ranges. So let's see where the top range is right now. It's, what's SPY right now? Right now SPY is at 278, almost 280. Ripping up right now. S&Ps are up 46, Dow's up 498, NASDAQ up 122. So, when it's pinging back and forth like this violently, I think that is what it's looking for, is an acceptable range to trade in. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys agree? Don't agree? I'm trying to go through your comments here. Things change so much from early morning to midday in the market. It would be nice to gear up how you have modified your strategies. Joe, I agree. I would love to deliver you more content. I really would. Hey everyone, who do you listen to during Power Hour? Yo, Jesse. Sell calls at open, or we expect the market to rip up. I think we should be careful with a rip up like this. Obviously, you want to be careful. Wait for some weakness. I don't think that it's going to go straight down or anything like that. Yes, I am short, but I do have a SPY. What do I have here? Okay, I have kind of a wide strangle now. Now that's in it. We may have to align it. I had the 274. It was a bearish strangle. So I had the 274 put and the 284 call for Monday expiration. So it's not expiring today, but we might have to roll that out or see what the market does today. I'm not going to be adjusting it like super quick. I mean, this could, SPY. I mean, with this type of momentum, SPY could easily. We're at 280. If it comes up to 280, it's at 278 right now. I mean, it could rally 290. I'm not saying it won't. I mean, I don't think that it will, but you never know. The market has been so strange up widely in the AM from the Fed, then the reality sets and they sell off. Yeah. I mean, like this morning we were fading off pretty hard, and then all of a sudden we rip up on the jobs report and then the Fed plan, what they're gonna do. Yo, Boris, how you doing? What charting program? This is Thinkorswim. TLT has been a mystery. Do you think TLT is going to go up? Let's see. See what TLT is doing. It's been defending this 165 area. I've been contemplating buying calls around the 165. Come on, the 165 area. But I mean, this is gonna be wild. Looks like Thinkorswim is freezing up here. Let's see if never do this. Let's check. Okay, so I don't know what's going on there, but let me pull up Tastyworks here. TLT right now is at 164.22. It did on that news here. It hit 166 pre-market, and it's ripped down now to the 163, 164 area. So it's still, for me, TLT is kind of in my buy zone, but I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what's going to happen here. Is it just not like TLT? I guess it doesn't like TLT. Costco. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So Costco is moving. Where is the? I can't find it, but basically they released their same store sales. It ripped down from 305 down to 293 area, and is now looking to make a little bit of recovery. So maybe I might trade some calls on Costco. If it can hold 300 area, I might be looking at trading some calls today. Keep in mind, guys, today is expiration day because the market is closed tomorrow. I repeat, the market is closed tomorrow. People get a little bit confused about this. The market doesn't have shortened hours. Some people are confused about this as well. The market does not have shortened hours today, but we are closed tomorrow. So, do something that useful with the time that you were going to trade tomorrow. Do some research. Look at some videos. Get to know some different strategies, paper trade, in Thinkorswim. So I'm just gonna bring this up real quick. I don't know if you guys know this. In Thinkorswim, you can paper trade live. If you go to on demand, if you click on demand, you can go back. Like I can go back to yesterday's open or last week's open and retrade these. Live. It calculates everything that happened. Every day it records it, and you can either speed it up or you can slow it down, or you can trade different days, and you can say, hey, and you can test different things. If you put a position on, I do have a video on this. If you put a position on, like, let's say, well, this is for 2019, but let's go into March. Oh, if I put a position on for March 2nd, 2020, and I held it now, how did that go? And you can definitely test different strategies based on how the market reacts, and this is a really good thing to do. So, in your time off tomorrow, test out some strategies. If you don't know how to trade, if you don't know what a strangle is, if you don't know how to sell premium, use the on-demand mode and Thinkorswim, and you're able to, make some. You're gonna be able to make some things happen. Okay, I'm out of on-demand now. Nice here, thanks. So I'm probably looking like a hot mess soon. I mean, my hair is just gonna start growing like an afro. Like when my hair doesn't grow like down when it gets high, it starts growing out. So like it gets real puffy and it starts growing out this way. I don't know how to sell on Tasty. Well, finish the video. Finish the video. Market moving on, bad news. Market logic on point. Yeah, I mean, also keep in mind with the market. I mean, if the majority of the market is short, if the majority of the market is short and we move up like this, it creates some squeezes. So, you know, maybe the market doesn't deserve to be this high this market, but now they're taking out stops, you know? I had dreads for years, cut them this year. Yeah, I might have to do that. If things get a little crazy, I'm gonna be doing my video with dreads. So I think for me, like we're trying to bring. I mean, a lot of us here are technical. We like to be real. You know, we like the data. We like the market reacting to the data. And when those things line up, we smash it out of the park. But when those things don't line up like they are now, we start getting a little confused. Like, why is the market doing this? Why is the market doing that? Because we like, hey, the data is so bad. But what we have to keep in mind is, let's trade the chart. Let's see what the chart is doing. What is the chart telling you? What is the chart telling you? The only thing that I think that you, in the back of our mind, as like a technical trader and people that use data and real analysis to make trade ideas, I mean, I think the biggest issue for people like us is we're like, okay, this is ramping up pretty good. Right now we're at what are we at? 278, almost 279, pushing up. Okay, we're up here. We've recovered. Oh, data could come out tomorrow. This could be a huge sell-off. We're back down to the 250. You know what I mean? And that's the trick. You know, so I think right now, if you're not sure, like what I've been doing is reducing my overnight risk. Like if I'm going to hold a position overnight, it's just going to be one position moving forward, just one. I'm not going to be holding 5 positions overnight. I'm not going to be holding 3 positions overnight. I'm just going to hold one. If I have to hold 2 because I couldn't get out, I'll hold 2. But we're going to try to keep it to 1 as a minimum, you know, and we're going to try to move with the market. When the market moves, when the market opens up, start placing some day trades, start recouping, start thinking more defensive about your portfolio versus, you know, trying to predict what's going to happen tomorrow, because obviously bad data and stuff like that doesn't matter. However, there are the days that it does start to matter, and that's when people are like, man, I knew I should have the minute I bought calls, the market drops, you know. So that's why we need to be, you know, I always think of, you know, Bruce Lee like this. Look it up on YouTube. But basically, you know, he talks about being water. You know, that's what I think about with the market is, you know, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. It doesn't matter if how much of your portfolio you have on that position. What matters is what the market is doing and what price action is doing. Focus on the price action. Don't, you know, and use the other data as background noise. But, you know, in terms of this type of market, it's not going to make sense if we have like 20 million unemployed in 3 weeks, 17 million unemployed, and the market's moving up like wildfire. You know, so that doesn't make sense to most people, especially the people here in the chat. So, you know, the market's not going to make sense like that. You know, it's just not going to make sense. So we need to stay safe and focus on the price action right now. Checking futures is a way to have the feeling of the market. Yeah. What's going on, Jesse? If you're just joining us, say what up. There's over 90 people here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you can do me a favor, hit the like button. Really tells the YouTube algorithm saying, hey, check this video out. I'm getting some puts on SPY. I mean, yeah, this thing is wild. I mean, today I think is going to be absolutely wild, like wild. 3 weeks in a row of the market rallying up on historic jobless claims. Yep. I hope people have bought some good quality stocks while markets have been low. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have a lot of opportunity. There's going to be a lot of opportunity in the markets to buy stock for quite a while. So it's going to be great. Chris 400 call for 2022. I mean, based on, you were here for my analysis. Based on what I said, like I was saying that the market is trying to find a range to trade in. If it trades in a range, and we're just going, I'm thinking the range is going to be like 290 to 250 area. We're going to be trading in like a 40-point range. I don't think we're going to be going up on all-time highs unless the virus goes away and the economy recovers quickly. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe it will. We got to see. We don't know. The experts don't know. We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is that the economy is currently shut down. A lot of people are unemployed. And what is it going to take to come back from this? What is it going to take? And if we can, I mean, the one thing that we've been looking at here, here's the Federal Reserve balance sheet. I mean, it's basically a straight up line, and this only goes to, let me refresh this here. This only goes till April 1st right now. So this is only till April 1st. In the last year, we've gone from a low of 3.7 trillion, and then in the last month, we've gone from 4.1 trillion up to basically like 6 trillion. And if we look at how this is over the last 10 or 11 years or so, 2007, 2008, we had under 1 trillion. We had 800 billion. The Fed had 800 billion in assets, and then it's moved up, because of the crisis, it moved up dramatically up to 2.1 trillion, right? And this is kind of mimicking this. Now the question that I had here for the Fed is, okay, you put in this stimulus, you saved the banks, blah blah blah, you saved the automotive industry in 2008, you saved all these people, okay, and then we started to recover. And then the thing is, their balance sheet through like 2010, 2012, 2014, even going into 2015. They were pumping money into the markets. Like, why did they feel the need to do this? After they saved it here in 2008, 2009, why did they feel like they needed to continue pumping? Why did they feel the need to do that? And if you look here at like the SPY charts, so I think the Fed, after this whole ordeal, the Fed is going to be pumping for quite some time. Now, let me try to change this from the daily to like a weekly. Let's do monthly. Okay, so here's the monthly for the last 10 years. Okay, here's the monthly chart. We went from 101 to 339. However, if you look over the last 10 years, I mean, this has been a very steady pump. Except for they stopped pumping at like end of mid 2015, 2016, and then we started to have a reduction because they thought everything was safe. So, was this rally, was this bull market not real? That's kind of what I'm looking at. Markets are turning up. Markets are about to open right now. Let's see, Disney. Yeah, Disney's up to almost 108 right now. So Tan, that's looking good. Take that profits. If you have options today, expiring today, don't get greedy. Take the profits. You don't want to mess around with expiration day, because as soon as you follow the money or this starts going against you, it's going to hurt bad, especially when you have a high delta. I mean, delta of these calls, you're going to have a delta of like 1 on these calls here. And why is this so jacked up? Thinkorswim's like jacked up this morning. I mean, all these have a delta of 1, so for every dollar it goes against you, you're going to be losing $100. So just be mindful of that. This, if it's at 108, it comes down to 105, you're going to be leaving $300 on the table. Whoa, that's really loud. Sorry, guys. Okay, market just opened. Things are sitting at highs right here. Yo, Netflix is red. I took my call spread off Netflix yesterday for like break even. Probably should have held it, but I was just trying to reduce risk. Let's see what we got here. Yo, Rodney, what's going on? When is the oil meeting? I think they said that they're gonna maybe postpone it. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see here. Are they going to do it? Let's see. The OPEC Plus conference is going to be. It doesn't say what time. Market's coming down. Market's coming down a little bit now. Tana, I hope you got out of that position. Hope you were able to get out. Moving up a little bit here. At least things are moving here at open. SPY's down to 277 a little bit here. It's dropped down. Let's see if people sell into this. USO 8 call. I don't know about 8. I would with USO I would stick to in the money options. If you want to be long, let me just change my time frame here. If you want to be long, I would probably buy the 5 strike calls. If you want to be long USO, but that's just me. That's just how I trade. It's a lot safer. HYG 79 calls. Someone's going to make a killing. Oh, OPEC meeting starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Nice. Okay, so the OPEC meeting starts in 30 minutes. About. Oh, it's a virtual meeting? Cool. Thanks, Jeff. Just forgot what I was going to look up. Oh, UNH. So UNH was rallying hard yesterday on the news that Bernie Sanders dropped out. Went from 247 up to 270. UNH, it's at the top of the range here. It is red right now, so this could be an interesting play if it kind of comes back down to the 260 area. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But UNH for next week expiration. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be pretty pricey for looking at UNH. 265 puts are like $10. No, not really any volume on them yet either. So we'll see. I mean, day of expiration today is probably gonna be wild. I mean, man, $3 to $4. So let's see here. Let's see what. Man, just insane. Lows. What is Lows? Is it LO? I only trade Home Depot, so I don't even know what Lows ticker is. Was it low? Yeah, low. There we go. Oh man, Netflix is really falling off. I should have probably cut the call spread, but I wanted to take off my short risk, but I had a call spread on for next week expiration. But I just left it, but I took that off break even yesterday. Sometimes you just need to realign your portfolio, and that's kind of what I was doing. Lows is moving up right now. Looks like they're having a breakout. They broke out of this 90-95 range, so if it can hold above here, I think it'll be good for Lows. HYG, Hank, HYG puts. HYG. Man, that thing's ripping hard too. Yeah, that gapped up. I mean, I definitely agree with you, Hank. This could come back down to the 78 area for sure. What is this? What are these options going for here? Let's see here for next week, monthlies. And the in the money's right here. HYG looking pretty good. 800 volume, 82. Yeah, that's crazy. HYG. Bid and ask is kind of crazy though on these on these options. So you want to be careful. I mean, volume's at 800 pretty good, but the bid and ask is like $1. I mean, it's crazy. So SPY is holding right now at 277, 278 area. Let's see here. Man, that's crazy. Apple's dropping. Yeah, I'm pretty much going back to pretty much exclude. I'm gonna be trading S&P futures, Apple, and SPY pretty much exclusively again. Maybe Netflix. Netflix has been a really great stock. Even before the coronavirus, Netflix has been a top performer for me, and also I like it because it also doesn't follow market trends entirely. So. Been clapped by literally every play I've placed the last 3 weeks. Honestly, amazing. Need to buy these stupid options 3 weeks out. Everything is hit, but it's always on expiration. Yeah, I mean, you need to be aware. So take that data and use it to develop your trades in the future. You know what I mean? Like, if you notice that the same thing keeps happening to you, it's not the market. It's probably something that you're doing. So you need to evaluate that and adjust your trading plan. You know, a lot of people don't adjust their trading plan. If you never adjust your trading plan, you're always going to get the same results. So if you're losing money, if things are not working out for you, if things are going against you all the time, and you don't know why, you need to change something in your trading strategy. Yeah, Army Joe, I do agree with that as well. Like, if especially when these positions go against you, like when the S&P goes up 100 points in one day, you start thinking to yourself like, man, did I make the wrong decision? But then the next day it goes down 150 points, you know, except for today. I mean, yesterday we were up 100 points in the S&P, or almost, was like 90 something, and now we're up 40. So you just kind of think to yourself, you know, and sometimes, like, taking a break, stepping away from the keyboard, you don't overthink. You're able to get away from the market. And 100% me, I'm doing 1 to 2 long swings. So I think that, let me see here what we got going on here. So we're kind of just chilling right now. So I actually might take profits on my SPY call right now. It's up about 80%, and then redeploy that. But we'll see. We'll see if we're gonna see if we're gonna pop up or pop down here. It's looking like down though. You think the airline's going to drop on earnings next week? I think so. if they have any more to give, like UAL, I mean, it went from an $80 stock down to 17. I mean, I don't know. I might sell some put spreads. We'll see. Maybe not. I think I just want to let them run their course and then maybe trade the aftermath. You know, I mean, I get that they're not flying, but at what point are they going to get back up and running? You know, the government's not going to let them go down to zero. You know, United Airlines, American Airlines. I mean, they may not save Spirit Airlines, but I think we would be okay without them. What are my thoughts on AMD? I mean, I'm bullish the chip stocks, but the day that I wanted to buy them, we ripped down hard, so I didn't engage with that. But like AMD and Nvidia, I think that AMD really needs to break above 50 here. If we can break this, we can get above resistance here, but the 50 to 52.50 range is pretty dangerous right now. One of the airlines. So if we look at UAL, UAL's right now it's April 14th, which is Tuesday. DAL. They're saying Delta's April 9th, but that's today. I don't know if they actually did. Doesn't look like. I don't think they did. I don't know. I think that they're changing their earnings date. So I don't know. They may push back like the airlines and Delta. I don't think Delta reported. So just keep in mind that they're most likely going to try to push these back. And the market's pumping up pretty good now. Yeah, Delta's on the 16th. Yeah, I mean just be careful with your data because the companies have changed around their earning date so much that even like the platforms. Let me see what Tastyworks is saying for Delta. Let's see here. Okay, so Tastyworks is not even giving a date here. Like there's no date. So now let's see if SPY can break 280 here. Yeah, gold is up 44, back above 1700. It's been ripping up pretty nice, and this was crazy. Looks like, guess we should have bought 1600 here. That would have been the play. That would have been the play. 1600 on GC. Yep. So let's see here. Let's see what I can do with this SPY strangle. So this SPY strangle, the calls are up. The calls are up 126% on these SPY calls. Let me see what I can do here. Kind of roll that into a different expiration, I think. Wednesday the 15th expiration. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. So Tom, did you take your profits or what? What's the deal? What's the verdict? What's the verdict? And is the S&P's gonna break 2,800 right now? Yeah, Disney looks like it's struggling. Let's see here. Let's look at the 1 year. Yeah, I mean Disney's right at resistance right now. It's right here. It needs to break this. Disney could be a good fade. I mean, it's not moving with the market right now. It only gapped up. The only reason why it gapped up was on that subscriber news. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like Disney short, to be honest with you. Try to buy. I'll day trade Disney here. We'll day trade it. Maybe. We'll see. Disney does look pretty tasty for the short side. Yeah, sold. Missed out on $100. Hey, $400 profit is good, man. We'll see. I didn't pull the trigger on Disney. We'll see what happens. I mean, the market is ripping hard. I mean, a lot of this is profit taking, so you got to be careful at open. Stock that gas up and goes down like this is a lot of profit taking that's taking place, and now we'll see if they reload or not. Yeah, Saudi bought like 8% of Caribbean Cruise Lines. Let's see here. Let's see. We're just coming up on the 15-minute mark. Open. Let's check this 15 minutes here. Okay. So I did short Disney. I bought the 106 put for next week expiration. If it hits 107, I'll take it off. Little day trade. Little day trade. All right, S&Ps are up 58, Dow's up 536, Nasdaq up 123. So crazy. I think I'm gonna sell this call, the SPY call right now. I might strangle. Okay, so I made 126. I made over 100% on the. I made like 150% on this SPY call. Now I got to figure out what to do with the put. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, Tobin, what's up? Do I sell my TLT call for next week? I mean, I like TLT. I like TLT down in here. I do like TLT down here, but it's hard to say. I mean, it looks like it's dipping hard, but if it breaks like the 162 area, it could fall apart pretty quickly. Yeah, so I had a strangle. So strangle on SPY. I have the 274 put and the 284 call. So I'm up on the call side. I'm down on the put side. I'm up. I'm basically down like $80 in the position. So I collected premium on the call. So I'm gonna see if I can move. Maybe I can buy another call for Wednesday expiration. Maybe I'll buy the 280 call. But I want to see what it does here at like the 2800 area. Plus we got the oil meeting up, so I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens with that. The OPEC meeting coming up today. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling like they're going to try to sabotage that. You know? I just have a feeling they're going to try to sabotage that. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get this to come down a little bit. Like if we can get SPY to come down a little bit, then we could make a little bit of money on the put side and see if we can come out a little bit ahead. But I sold the call side. So if we can come back down, would be good. I bought 20 shares of RCL at 24, and now it's blowing up. That's good. That's good. I mean, up in here, you just gotta be careful. So this is formed like a W. You see the W here? Now this could definitely, you know, it's trying to break above this level, which it might, but there's some pretty big rejection points in here. I mean, it hit up to 50, got rejected hard, and then after it got smacked down hard, you know, it came back down to the 22 area. So just be careful of this chart that it could be trying to push back up. It could break through, but also there's a potential for it to get smacked back down to like the 30 and 20 area. So, you know, just be mindful of that. You know, if like I always say, if you're not comfortable and you feel like, if you start questioning yourself, like, oh, maybe the position's gotten too big for me, or maybe, you know, if you're not comfortable, trim a little bit. If you still want to be in the position, trim a little bit. You know, sell 15 of those shares, hold on to 5. You know, and if it comes back down to the 20s, take the profits, buy some more, and then you start accumulating. You know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of what I would do if I had the position. Let's say I had 20 shares of that, and I was like, man, this thing blew up. You know, it's worth, you know, whatever, $1,500 now, $2,000. trim a little bit. You're at 100% profits. Trim a little bit, take some off the top, leave five shares or so, take off 75% of it, 80% of it, take off the risk. If it dips back down, great, buy some more. If it doesn't dip back down, you still have those 5 shares. You can run the profits. It's always about reducing risk. HYG. So is that HYG? What's that doing right now? HYG's ripping up still. Might short Tesla. Don't do it. Don't do it. Monday I lost like. Why do I keep putting in? I don't know why I keep doing that. Man, don't short Tesla, unless you have your face ripped off. On Monday I lost $660 or $700 on Tesla. Like most of my losses this week were due to Tesla. So that's telling me not to trade Tesla. Not to trade Tesla. How about calls on CCL last week going to dump today? Nice. Yeah, and that's the interesting thing going into. So this today is okay. Normally on Thursday we rally, but Friday, pretty much every Friday we've sold off hard going into the weekend. Now that Thursday expiration day and there's no trading tomorrow, today's like Friday. I think today's going to try to break the trend. Like, are we going to go down? Are we gonna rip up right now? Right now, I'm just kind of being patient, seeing what happens. With oil right now, oil's up 6% right now. It's USO up. USO's up 1.5%. So it's gonna be interesting that the market, as you can see here, the market is moving with oil. The market is moving up pretty good with oil here, and as you can see here, we took a big dump and it came down to 25, and now it's rallying. And look what's happening in the market. The market's rallying. So what's going to happen here with oil is it kind of coming down a little bit. As you can see, oil is struggling a little bit. So is the market. So is SPY. So keep an eye on that. Right now, that's what's happening. I mean, oil could push the market higher, but it also could be the one to crater it. So that is what I'm waiting for right now. So I'm not going to get too aggressive. I did sell the call side as it struggles up here on that call, on that SPY call. But I mean, it could blow through the top. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm looking to kind of roll with the market. But looks like SPY wants to break 280 here. I mean, the 15-minute chart's just been insane this morning. 15-minute chart's basically straight up. It's just not quitting. But we're gonna see today. Today is expiration day, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do to these call holders. A lot of people swung calls yesterday as well, so it's gonna be interesting. What do you think about April 24th, SPY 270? I mean, I think we should wait. I think we should wait on like SPY and those type of positions. If you're going to trade something right now, go with something that's not correlating to the market like Disney or Netflix. Those are not moving with the market right now. Disney or Netflix, if those are going to be the stocks that you want to focus on ahead of this oil meeting if you want to really make a trade. But I want to see what happens at this oil meeting. Do we rip? Do we drop? I mean, what's the plan here? I mean, Netflix is really struggling. So we'll see what happens. But it's been great hanging out with you guys this morning. I'm gonna take off. I will be in the Discord. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll be up in there. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.